Bitcoin price is exploding back towards all-time highs, and these altcoins are going to be pumping along with it. Also, in this video, I'm going to tell you the exact date that you need to be getting out of crypto, because it's the time when Bitcoin will be hitting the top of the bull market. I'm going to tell you all the indicators on the one chart that explains exactly why you need to be getting out. So hit that like button and let's get on with it. Now guys, I've literally just posted over on Twitter, an imminent breakout is coming for Bitcoin. And obviously at the time of making this video, it's already broken out. So if you want to get the information before I even talk about it on YouTube, and that's the different coins and things that I cover as well, then make sure you're following House of Crypto 3 over on Twitter with the blue check mark. None of the others are me. They're all different scammers pretending to be me. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin is up about $800 in the last 14 minutes. And that's because it's been bouncing off of this range. Okay, you can see it's been finding higher lows as we go along. Yes, it's had a bit of a sell-off, which has created this narrowing falling wedge, and that is now going to be breaking higher. Now, to find our price target for that, literally taking the height of this pattern here, and then we can run it from the breakout position. You can see it comes up to around $95,200, which I find to be an interesting area, because I do think that somewhere around here, we're going to be hitting into more resistance, and it's going to be maybe just shy of 100K. I think around this point that we could see maybe quite a strong pullback, maybe down to the area that we're at now, before then continuing towards the upside. Why? I think as Bitcoin approaches 100K, you're going to see a lot of people aping in, getting really excited in crypto, and that's going to cause a pullback. And before we find out about the top of the bull market and when to be getting out of crypto, let's look at some of the altcoins that I've been keeping my eye on. Now, it's really important, guys, as we go through this bull market, particularly in these early stages, that if you have capital sat on the side ready to go, that when you get dips, you use those opportunities to be buying into strong altcoin projects. And if you've missed out on those coins that we've been talking about on the channel, then make sure you're subscribed to the House of Crypto with the notification bell turned on, and you'll stay up to date with everything I'm talking about. Now, it's no mystery that from Bitcoin season, we run into large cap season, and right now we're seeing Render having a good retrace towards the upside. And it's not just Render. A bunch of coins have this very similar pattern. I just want to share it with you right now. You can see that we have this big trend line dropping towards the downside from back in March, where we saw aggressive growth in lots of coins. We then formed this rounded base, not so rounded, but you can see what I mean, with a neckline up here. We've then broken beyond this area. We've come back to retest this previous area of resistance, and now we're starting to build back up higher. Okay, Render still in a very good position right at the time of making this video. You can see again, EOS has broken this previous resistance area. It's then come back to retest it and is now getting back on its way again. This is a fantastic way to find entries on coins right now, because a lot of coins are still down in this cup area and give you fantastic opportunities to enter. This is just EOS, Render. There's so many others. This is MEXC. You can see, again, we've got this pattern on. Again, you can see it's broken higher. It's come back to retest. It's now dipped back down. And right now, it's starting to find support and push back higher. Okay, this is a really easy way to identify coins that are of good value. And this does give you a good opportunity to find entries. So if you're interested in any particular narrative, you want to find entries, then go across to coinmarketcap.com. Go to, let's say, AI as an example, and then go down through, have a look at some of these larger crypto coins. Okay, these larger market cap coins will be running first before the smaller cap coins get going, and they're the easiest shorter term gains that you're going to find, in my personal opinion. So just as an example, go and do the research on the projects, and if you want to learn how to research projects in more depth, then make sure you're subscribed. In future, we'll deep dive different projects, and I'll show you over my shoulder how I research different crypto projects. But this is Near Protocol, just at the top of the list right now. Let's go and have a look at it on a chart. Now, going across to Near Protocol, we can see, again, had this kind of downtrend. We can see we put in this bucket area. Right this second, Near Protocol is yet to break this bucket. Okay, but I do anticipate that once it's breaking this line, we could see it shooting up quite aggressively up towards this area, up towards this area. Near Protocol looks like a fantastic entry if that's the coin that you're interested in. Go down the list. You've got Tau Betenza, you've got ICP. You know what to do. Okay, Real World Assets Gaming. Just do the same thing. Really not that difficult. Now, as promised, I was going to tell you when to find the top of the bull market, because it becomes incredibly difficult as the bull markets charge on. You might have realized this in the last week. When everyone got too hyped up and excited, it's really difficult to not feel like everything you own is going to go up like 10x every day, right? When you start to print money, you get greedier and greedier and more excited, and things get really very, very difficult to control. And that's why we need to keep ourselves level, because the news will reinforce the hype and excitement. That's one indicator. Be very cautious of news that's overly positive, and you've got big names coming onto the BBC or CNN or whatever it is telling you that Bitcoin's going to go to 200k or 500k or whatever. Just ignore it. Okay, the news and the hype and excitement is out there, but actually it's meaningless. It's all designed to use you within the game. But if you learn what the game is, then you can play it from the smart money side. And that's what we're going to understand right now. So there are a few indicators that you can be aware of when the markets are pumping. This is lunarcrush.com. It shows that cryptocurrency is the 15th most talked about thing on crypto Twitter right now. And that is a very good indicator that the bull market has a lot of room to run, okay, because it's way down the list. When it comes up to number one, then it will be very much nearing the top of the bull market. If you go across to Google Trends and search for Bitcoin, you can see that we are nowhere near the highs that we saw in terms of search volume back in 2021. Bearing in mind this bull market will be bigger than the last one, you will see more people entering crypto. You will expect to see this number topping the last one, but right now we haven't. But you're like, yeah, I get it, mate. I've heard all this before from a bunch of other people. But okay, so let's have a look at something maybe you haven't seen before, but could be useful. This is a chart over on the rather excitingly named BGeometrics website, which you can go and check out if you want. It's free. You can see the black line and the blue line. These are the two that we care about. Okay, the blue line is M2 money supply, and the black line is the Bitcoin price. These two lines are closely linked to each other. In fact, Bitcoin is 86% correlated in whether it's going up and down based on the M2 money supply, which is the most correlated of any asset there is, which means we must pay attention to it. Because during bull markets, the M2 money supply globally is going up because of quantitative easing and all that good stuff. You probably already know about that, and that's a good indicator. But the thing that we need to pay attention to is at the business end of things. Now, the M2 money supply, you'll see that the Bitcoin price begins to peak before the peak of the M2 money supply. And this is very key because in 2017, Bitcoin price peaked around 11th of December, and then the M2 money supply peaked in around April, okay, which by my maths makes it 5 months. And then in the last bull market, you can see that the Bitcoin price peaked around the 1st of November 2021, with the M2 money supply then peaking somewhere around March, which is around 5 months. You see where this is going? Now, there's a key to this. What we need to know is when is the M2 money supply going to be peaking during this bull market? The answer is in January, but don't panic. Not this January, the next one. Which means if you come back 5 months from that January 2026, it brings you to August of next year. Which means there's a very good chance that the Bitcoin price will peak somewhere in and around August of next year. Now, this price in the past over the last few bull markets has varied by about 30 days. So let's say sometime between July and September is going to be the top of the Bitcoin bull market. And that might be quite a range, okay? But once we get into July, you better believe that I'm starting to move all of my money out of crypto by that point. Because whether you've been told that this is a super cycle and that crypto will carry on and whatever else, there will be a big sell-off. Because in January, the M2 money supply will start to come towards the downside. The 18.5-year housing market boom cycle will be coming to an end as well, which means, yes, this bull market will be bigger than any of the ones we've seen so far, but it means that the bear market that follows will also be more and more brutal. Ultimately, as prices go up, the number of people who want to actually buy becomes fewer and fewer, and the number of people who've actually been making lots of money from the bottom who want to sell becomes bigger and bigger. So it just becomes a war of sales versus buys, and no matter how bullish you think you are or someone told you you should be, once those big whales start to sell near the top, little Timmy and all his mates trying to put $5 worth of pocket money in Bitcoin at that price isn't going to keep it up there for very long. The price will start to fall. It will then liquidate a bunch of leveraged orders. People will start to panic. The prices will come crumbling down as they always do, and everyone will get wrecked. So make sure you're starting to take some profits before that happens. But right now, we've still got a lot of time ahead of us. There's still going to be some great opportunities. And if you are wanting to buy crypto, then I recommend that you head to OKX, which is linked down below, because we have an exclusive deal where you can get up to $60,000 of rewards each. Okay, each person. This is not shared between a group. All you've got to do is go over to OKX and sign up through my link down below. You can then deposit $100 or more. You can then qualify to win maybe an iPhone 16, an iPad, and rewards up to $60,000 just by using OKX and trading on the exchange. It is a tier 1 crypto exchange. A lot of the big blue chip crypto projects will be launching on OKX in the future, and that's why I really wanted to partner up with them. Not only that, but if you can go and get yourself a $60,000 reward at the start of this bull market, you're going to have a very, very successful next 6 months to a year, in my opinion. Guys, another thing, obviously I have a lot of people in the comments and in the groups and things I run talking about losing money to scammers, having different wallets hacked, having people access their emails to go and access different crypto exchanges. You must be, one, very careful about protecting your passwords. Stop going and talking to random people pretending to be me who are asking you to send them money. I will never ask you to send me money, okay? If anyone asks you to do that with my face on there, just tell them to F off. If I suddenly do it as well, you can tell me to do it as well, okay? Also, make sure that you are using a hardware wallet. I've just picked up this Ledger Nano one here, mainly because it's gold and looks very shiny and nice, but actually is really cool, has been pretty functional. I have just ordered the Ledger Flex, which I'm hoping to get my hands on next week, and I'll let you know in a future video what I think of that. But go and check out Ledger. In my opinion, it's the best hardware wallet that I've been using. Now, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that quick update. I tried to rattle it off as quickly as possible so that Bitcoin doesn't go beyond all-time highs when I actually upload this video like it tried to do the other day. But anyway, hit the like button. Have a fantastic weekend. Times are great. Let's get on it. I will see you later on with another video. Bye-bye.